Okay, pizza guys, gals, Tim, Alex, Prince, Sarge, we are way out of our element, at least I am. We are at a place called Goldfinger Brewing Company. So you might ask, Tim, what are you guys doing there? I thought you reviewed pizzas. Well, they have great lagers from here, so we're all about beer, as you know, so we like our beer and pizza. But there's a place called Dan's here in the Downers Grove area. That's where this place is located. Took us a while to get up here, but we're looking forward to it tonight. I know Alex and Carl, King of Crust, they've been here before. I have not been here, but Dan's is supposed to be a great pizza here in the Downers Grove area. Many of you I've seen on the internet that like the place a lot. I can't wait to try it. Alex, I know, is a fan of it, but we're going to give it a go. You know, we've been kind of quiet lately. We've had a lot of life stuff happening to us as a whole, like you guys. I mean, been really tough for the last couple of weeks with health issues and whatnot, but hey, we're back. And we really appreciate you guys watching our videos, subscribing to our channel, liking everything that we put out. We really appreciate it, your time. And we just hope to make your life better with these great reviews. Some of them can be silly, serious, and just hopefully you have a good time while you watch us eat pizza and drink beer. So here we go. Goldfinger Brewing, Dan's Pizza. Stand by.
Guys, pizza gals, Alex, Prince Pepperoni here. As you saw from our intro, we're up in the Western Burbs. We're in Downers Grove at Goldfinger Brewing. One of my favorite places to come and grab a cold beer. This place has been here for a while. They brew some of the best beer, specifically lager beer in the Chicago area. So if you haven't been, you should definitely come and patronize them. We're trying Dan's Pizza tonight, which is a Downers Grove favorite. They were kind enough to deliver to us. They've got a nice old school menu, which if you've been watching our videos for a while, you know, we're fans of things like this. Simplicity is key, right? You just got Dan's Pizza and a menu, right? Nothing fancy. That's in the box. So here we got a half pepperoni, half beef and giardiniera. We got nice big chunks of giardiniera. Man, oh, the smell coming off this is delicious.
Smell it.
Nice and thin. We're definitely going to hear some crunch when we get into this one. So I'm going to move this one over here if the guys are okay with that. And then here, we have our sausage pizza. Again, nice browning on the cheese, big chunks of sausage. I also see some, you know, it's nice. It looks like this was handmade. There's not one piece of sausage to every slice like you see some other places. Nice distribution of sausage. Got oregano on there. Man, this is going to be really good. It's really good to be back eating pizza again.
I have a nice Mexican lager right here. We were trying their Oktoberfest. But this is a nice Mexican lager from Goldfinger. We're going to be trying that.
I'm going to give this a try right now. This giardiniera and beef. You can look at this. Copious amounts of giardiniera on there. Look at that.
Of course, you have to burn your mouth out.
There we go.
It's traditional. So much, it's falling off.
All right, the crust is not crunchy. It's very chewy. Hang on. Oh man. Now I'm starting to get the giardiniera. It's very flavorful. Not as hot as we had before, guys. This is kind of more of a mild giardiniera. So it's not killing me.
Really, for having it delivered, it held up well, right? You know, usually we eat it in the restaurant, right? If it's a dine-in, we try to get that, but this was delivered. They delivered it in 30 minutes here at the Goldfinger, which I really love.
So we got a half pepperoni, half beef and giardiniera, and a full sausage. And I think if you've been watching our videos for a while, you know that pepperoni and sausage are pretty standard orders at most places. It's our consistency barometer. But if you got a beef and giardiniera pizza, we want to come try it.
The ends of these almost reminds me of a Rosangela's crust. Very, very flaky. They do not dock it. And what I like about this is that it might be a little bit chewy, but it still snaps. This is still crunchy. It'll snap when you eat it.
Trying to get a flavor of that sauce in here. Hang on. Not a lot of sauce, but the sauce that I'm getting is a little bit, I would say it's sweet. It's a sweeter sauce. But right now, I'm just trying to figure this pizza out. It's really good, and I'm enjoying it.
Lots of Italian seasonings on it. The sauce that I've already had was very flavorful and good, and the sausage is very well seasoned.
They didn't skimp on the pepperoni at all. It is pepperoni under the cheese, which we've talked about many, many times. But because it's so well cooked on the top and so well seasoned, that pepperoni down here really, it's almost a sweeter pepperoni, which sounds a little strange because sometimes pepperoni can be quite spicy.
So far, I would highly recommend that you order Dan's Pizza here and get it delivered at Goldfinger.
This is a sweeter pepperoni. I know at Danny's we had their pepperoni with the hot honey, and that really brought out the spiciness of the pepperoni. But here, especially with the sweeter sauce, I'm gonna absolutely unpack this thing. I'm gonna take it apart like a surgeon.
You can see that little bit of a crust right there. Oh my God, this is what the pizza guys live for right here. Wow, the crunch on that, very good.
Man, I gotta say, this sauce is really solid. Crust is still crunchy. No, I'm a big fan of this pepperoni pizza. Everything that we've had here tonight has been delicious, but this is absolutely standing out to me.
I must say it's the first time I've been here, first time I've had this pizza, first time I've had a lager here. The lager was top notch. Drop what you're doing, get over here, have some of the beer. It's wonderful, okay? As far as Dan's goes, what can I say? It was a different pizza for me. We did have it delivered here, so that might have something to do with it. So we didn't get it completely hot and fresh, but we did get it out of the box. It was okay. The first slice of pizza that I had was the giardiniera and beef. Only thing I was able to get out of that slice of pizza was the giardiniera. What really stuck me is when I tried the pepperoni pizza. And you know us, our staple for judging pizzas is pepperoni and sausage. The pepperoni pizza, in my estimation, was the best piece of pepperoni pizza I've had in a long time, I can honestly say. The sauce worked, the cheese worked, the crust worked, everything was delicious. I have no complaints about it. To me, this is a highly recommended pizza. It's really good. Stop by Goldfinger, have a beer, and order it. This is a really good place. Back to one last question about the sausage. Sausage for me was where I struggled with breaking down the tastes and the different, the sausage pizza and the cheese. But that pepperoni, I gotta say, top notch. Come get it.
I really love this place. Been here many times. Been to the Oktoberfest and all with my son who lives close to here. Love the atmosphere right away. The atmosphere is great. You can see we have a big tent right here. They had Oktoberfest last weekend. Large brewery tap room right there that you could sit and eat at. So I really love it. We had the lagers today, which they specialize in, which is the Oktoberfest, which is really good. And we even had a Mexican lager, which was phenomenal. But let's get into the pizza, right? Right away, you know me, the king of crust. I love a good sausage pizza. Highly recommended. I really like Dan's. Normally, we love eating at the establishment itself, right? We love when it comes right out of the oven and they put it, piping hot down in front of us. Yes, it was delivered. Yes, it took 30 minutes. But that crust still held up. It was really good. Giardiniera and beef, my kind of review on that was there wasn't really a lot of Italian beef on it. The giardiniera kind of took over. They put it on after it was baked, so the giardiniera wasn't baked on there. It was put on fresh. I feel the giardiniera really overpowered that. The pepperoni, I know, Tim really liked that pepperoni. To me, I still like the cup and char. Really didn't have a lot of spice that I like on it. I feel that was maybe a recommended pizza, but the sausage is highly recommended. I loved it. It worked on a lot of different levels, and let me tell you why. Number one, the crust is phenomenal, especially the edges. It has that kind of oyster cracker crust that's very, crackery, airy, held up, being delivered for 30 minutes. The sausage, even though it wasn't fennel forward, it was a sweet sausage. There was more than enough Italian seasonings on it. I felt the sauce was very good on the sausage pizza. There wasn't as much sauce on the pepperoni or the beef and giardiniera. But to me, the sausage worked on every level. Once again, the crust that I always look at was cracker thin. It still had that snap to it, so it had that snap. It was a little bit chewy in the middle, but the crust was just unbelievable. I loved the ends of it. It was really good. Definitely highly recommended. And what I like about this is that Goldfinger is that you can just go ahead and order this, Dan's. It's only takeout only. So that's why we did that. We stopped at Goldfinger, ordered Dan's Pizza. They'll bring it to you. You can't go wrong.
All right, Alex, Prince Pepperoni here with my final slice for Dan's Pizza. As the other two guys mentioned, we're at Goldfinger in Downers Grove. Coming here for years. This place is great. Anything that you have here beer-wise is going to be delicious. We tried a bunch of different ones. But our pizza, as the two other guys said, I'm going to keep it simple, literally, and just say simplicity is key with Dan's Pizza, right? Highly recommended from me. Just get sausage, pepperoni. Don't go too crazy, because really the star here is the crust. I mean, we probably talked more about the crust on this pizza than anything else. Really similar to Rosangela's, Carl mentioned. It's like an oyster cracker. Doesn't bring a ton of flavor, but sometimes that's not what you want from the crust. You just want texture. And literally an hour and 15 minutes after we were eating this pizza, it was still crunchy. So, if you like your pizza simple, you could even get a cheese pizza from Dan's and it would be delicious. Little lacking on the beef. I would love to try that again. Maybe order a whole beef pizza and see how that is. We did try the beef. It tasted really good when we got some of it, but just not a lot on the pizza. Sauce on the sweeter side, but you know what? It really worked with all of the toppings that we got, and no complaints from the Prince of Pepperoni here. Pepperoni pizza. Oh my gosh. So I gotta say, this pepperoni pizza, really, it's that simplicity thing, right? You tasted more of the cheese and the sauce and the crust on this pepperoni. Even though it had really good coverage, it didn't really shine as a pepperoni pizza. And that may be because sometimes when it goes under the cheese, you just don't get as much of that flavor. It was a sweeter pepperoni. We've had some really good pepperoni on top pizzas lately. Carl mentioned the cup and char. That one we had at Danny's on Archer was just so amazing with the hot honey and everything on there. So honestly, I think even as the Prince of Pepperoni, if I were going to order from Dan's again, I would probably get a sausage pizza, because that sausage was real sweet, well seasoned. So that's my take on Dan's.